working. Guys, I'm on Facebook as well. I think this is working now. Okay, sweet. Test, test, test. Good. So I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I think it's finally time for me to take this a little more seriously. It's what's the best way to put this? My days right now are spent, you know, going to work every day, while also building a business on the side, trying to build that business out. And obviously, there's ups and downs on that. Um, Building systems out, hiring, pricing, figuring out lead flow. But then I have to go home and be a husband and a dad to three kids who don't give two shits what I'm doing if I'm not with them, right? Realistically. And so this was kind of like a place for me to, like, I don't know, get into it, talk about what's happening every day. Not trying to be a motivational show, not trying to give any speeches. I just want to, like, really think out loud, and because I know I'm not the only person dealing with a lot of this stuff. There's no way. I am not the only person struggling with the day to day, trying to do whatever on the side, trying to be a good husband, a good dad, while also trying to, you know, build your own thing and trying to make your own happiness happen. It's difficult, it's rough, but I kind of want to talk about this because I've seen so much. And the reason this is funny, I actually posted a Facebook question earlier today about, like, what's the most difficult part of parenting. And the answers I got were very interesting because it's all over the place. Everybody has different things that are hard about it, and people are all going through different stuff. But I think we all have kind of the similar. At the end of the day, it's just like, it's hard, and how do we deal with it, right? Today, so talking about today, for example, I picked my kid up from school, and he had a rough day there towards the end, apparently, because they were playing musical chairs, and he lost, and he was upset about that, which is reasonable. No one likes losing, but it was one of these moments where, like, thinking about how do I respond to this in a way that is not detrimental to his upbringing, because, like, I'm super hyper competitive. I want to win all the time, but also understanding that, like, losses happen. We lose. So the conversation I had with my kid on the way home was like, hey, not only do we sometimes we lose, we actually lose more than we win. That's, like, reality. We have, if you put our wins against our losses, whether that's something that doesn't matter, like a game like musical chairs, or something that does matter very much, like, I don't know, relationships, business, day to day, your job, like, we make more mistakes and lose more than we win. And I don't think we talk about that enough. I don't think we talk about that enough, especially to, like, I know I don't talk about it enough with my kids. And I think we should. But I say all that because it was something funny that I see a lot of. Like, right now, I'm very heavy and I'm very deep into the marketing and business landscape. I'm very, very deep into that right now. I've got a lot of stuff going on my own. I've done a lot of consulting with people, and I'm seeing it day to day in different businesses. We are so afraid of losing, like so terribly afraid of losing. But we are only afraid of losing on the things that might matter, which I guess makes sense. But the downsides for something like that are so tiny compared to the big picture of like what you could win. The business thing, for example. I've had so many people I've talked to that are just afraid to jump in and try something. Now, of course, everyone's kind of afraid of some stuff. I'm here now. It took me probably a good 15, 20, 30 minutes longer to start this stream than I wanted to because I was seriously concerned about like just starting. But it was, I'm luckily, one of the things I wanted to talk about today was the fear thing. So I was like, okay, you got to practice what you preach here. I don't, you know, I'm looking at my screen right now and I've got 2 live viewers. That's kind of disheartening sometimes. But like when I think about it, what's the downside? No one sees this and then I'm sitting in my room talking to myself. Or a good clip comes out of this and 1,000 people see it, or 10 or 100. Who cares? The point is, not afraid, jump in, do it. Because, like my kid who lost musical chairs, the losing doesn't matter. But the winning feels real good. Especially when it's something that like really, really matters. You know, the business right now I'm trying to build, for example, the upside, if this works, is huge. Life-changing upside. Right? Especially with what's happening right now on the back end and what we're thinking about, driving forward and how we're doing all this. The upside's huge. The downside is I keep doing what I was already doing. The like businesses in general don't have to be all or nothing. I mean, this is most things don't have to be all or nothing. A lot of like, what is this fascination with like, I want to immediately do my business full time? I fall into it too, but like, why does it have to be that way? Because we want it too fast? We want to be able to like, boom, make our own schedule right away? Sure. Yeah, I do. I'd love to just stay home and answer emails all day. But the reality is that's not how this works. The reality is this is not how this works. There is, guys, if you're on TikTok, please join me on Facebook and or YouTube because I'm answering questions over there. The reality is like this shit changes all the time. It's difficult. Stuff is hard. But the upside, again, it's too huge to ignore. So, that being said, I wanted to jump into kind of some of the stuff that I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis right now. Like I just found out recently, one of my best guys, one of the guys that's been running the crew for Reclaimed for a while, well, he just found a really good job. And he's going to leave, and I'm going to have to figure that out. And that's okay, because this is what I signed up for. And it's okay for that to happen. People are going to move in and out, and you just deal with it. You struggle with it, and you figure it out, and you build better systems, and you get more work, and until you build out something that makes sense. It just, the idea that this has to happen right away is crazy to me. It doesn't have to happen right away. Take your time. Build it out. Work part-time. Be part-time in it. I wake up 6 a.m., 6:30, if I'm being honest, and get the kids ready for school, and then take them to school, and then get to work, and I'm there until 4:45 when I leave to go get my kids, and then from 5 to 6 I am taking care of them as much as I can, get them fed, whatever. 6 to 7 is time with them. 7 to 8, kind of the same thing. We get closer to 8 o'clock, it's bedtime. And then 8 to whenever is time for this. The funny thing is, like, you still got to make time. You still got to make time for the wife, and that's hard. And I love her to death, and I appreciate her allowing me to do this, sitting in my office. our office. It's a mess, so she doesn't want to claim it yet. But yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot of work. Meanwhile, the people that I talk to that want something fast, they want it now. They want to do it now. They go home and they're Netflixing. You can't sit here and tell me that you want something so fucking bad, but then you go Netflix. Or you've seen all the Amazon Prime shows. Like, come on. So, a lot more stuff we could talk about. We've got guests and stuff we're bringing on. I did want to answer some questions that came up on our school account, if you guys are interested in that. This guy, I'm not going to give names because, again, they're on the school account and we won't do that. So this guy asks, how did you guys go about getting your first customers? In my area, it's winter right now. Should I focus on building a website and see now and go hard with ads in the spring? Or does anyone get business? I'm not quite sure some of that question's there, but it's a couple things. One, websites are not as important as they used to be. They're just not. I mean, everything lives on, social media these days. Should you have a website? Sure, of course. But I don't think you should spend a ton of time building that out and making that great. I think too many people get caught up in that, and that's not the thing that really moves things forward. I think if you're talking about getting customers, the first thing I would do, hands down, is making social media content and posting it until you get something that hits, and then boom, you run with it. That's how I would get my first customers. That's what we did. That's literally what we did. Now, ads is a different story. Ads gets interesting, like buying ad space on these platforms, Meta, for example, because you can very quickly throw money away. Very, very quickly throw money away. If you're not careful. What's happened, this is kind of what has happened over the years. If you guys, television, if you imagine television commercials, people would spend enormous amounts of money building out these television ads. Enormous amounts. Millions of dollars in production, millions of dollars for the ad spend buy. There was so much writing on it, and you got one 30-second chance. So, of course, you got to make sure that's perfect. The problem in that landscape, though, is that you were able to interrupt. People would stop what they were doing and watch television. And that led to people misunderstanding, in marketing world at least, misunderstanding what was effective and what was not. Because they had no real basis on it. Whenever you when I've sat in on marketing meetings before, with some very large companies, you sit on marketing meetings, they very rarely talk about the numbers that moved. Numbers as in numbers that matter, sales. The fucking money at the end of the day, we don't talk about that. We talk about impressions, how many people saw it. That's great. That's wonderful. Did we make money? And in marketing and in television, radio land, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about how much money did we make off of the ads that ran, right? Now, digital social media ads have a totally different problem because we're living so much into the data that they want to know, oh, I spent $50. How come that didn't turn into $5,000 in sales? It's too difficult. You got to find a happy medium. For me, the happy medium here is, are sales going up over time, and am I getting the engagement that I want on these social media channels? That's it. That's the big pump. So whenever, again, talking about this guy was asking me on school, if you're going to go hard with ads, the first thing you need to do is have content works. You've got to know it works first. And how do you know it works? You post it. And then you see what hits and what's going to roll. And then you run ads on that. So, moving on. Let's see if I can get this next question. No. That's kind of the same question. Get that a lot. Let's see this one. Been following Sprung for a bit. One issue I've had in the past is I do a lot of planning that kills time. And let's be honest, no matter how much we plan, you still don't know the unexpected. This time I'm taking action. I started the Facebook page a week ago. I was 100%. I see where he's going with this. Started doing any calls for the week. Is someone messaged or called me interested? I have sales background, so I'm confident able to close people. So I have the initial customers. Cool. Yeah. So this is another thing too that I talk about a lot. Is like, people spend way too much time planning, way too much time thinking about what's going to happen. Even in something as simple as what I'm doing, the garage cleanup business. Like, how you can get complicated, right? Like, we do have a step-by-step process on how we do all this stuff, but it's only now we have that step-by-step process. It was not the case when we first started. When we first started this thing, it was, it was straight up, we're going to show up and figure out how to make this work. Did my thing stop going live? I'm not sure what's happening. Oh no, I think we lost connection here. Did we? Am I still live? Am I still live? Anybody? I don't know if I'm still live or not. I think I am still live. I am still live. Okay. Just making sure. All right. Anyway, this thing did something weird. Gosh, where was I? I lost track of what I was talking about. This is the ADD in me. Oh yeah, the planning stuff. So many people spend so much time in planning. Like, the number of people I've talked to that want to know every little detail about how to clean a garage out is wild. Like, what's the process? How do I do this? Where do I put the boxes? Like, it's really not that complicated. It's really not that complicated. You go and you clean the garage out, and then they pay you. I'm not sure how else to do this. There are more complicated things. How do we invoice? But like, the people get caught up in it. People get caught up in just the nonsense, right? Oh, Casey, what is up? Thank you so much. I don't know why I'm just now seeing these comments. Why aren't they showing up on my thing? They're not showing up in my chat. Oh, probably because I can't see them all. Casey, thank you. I am doing well. Thank you, though. Guys, if you have questions, please let me know. I'm willing to answer as many as I can. Long story short, guys, this is the stuff is not. Most businesses are not that complicated. Most things are not that complicated. Like, parenting is funny to me too, because parenting I don't think is that complicated. People may give me shit for that, but I really don't think it's that complicated. You try hard, you don't judge yourself, and you move on. That's it. That's the whole thing, right? And you just jump in. It's like if you ask anyone who's been a parent before, how do you prepare to be a parent? They're going to tell you, you don't. You do not prepare, because nothing you do is going to prepare. You can read all the books. You can do it all you want, but at the end of the day, it does nothing. Like, you're still not prepared for it. The same thing goes with everything else. Business, life, relationships. You can read the books, but until you get in and do the reps, you have no idea. So, long story short, guys, keep doing what you're doing. You're awesome. I believe in you. You fucking got this. And again, if you guys have questions, please feel free to reach out. Shoot me a message. Shoot me on Facebook. Would be awesome. YouTube. Also doing this on YouTube now. Been about 20 minutes. I think I'm gonna keep these shows about 20, 30 minutes long. I don't want to go too long. I don't want to make this turn into a rambling thing. Like, I actually want to have something to talk about. So I think we're gonna kind of end it on that high note, right? Thank you guys for coming by again. You're fucking awesome. I believe in you. But also get your shit together.